Hello everyone. Before we dive into today's topic, we want to take a moment to thank you for your support. Every like, comment, and subscription truly makes a difference and helps this channel grow. If you enjoy our content and don't want to miss our upcoming videos, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all notifications. Have you ever had the feeling that everything, deep down, is connected? That your thoughts could brush against someone far away, without the need for words? That a random event has the precise taste of destiny, as if it had always been written into the invisible fabric of existence? These subtle intuitions, which have passed through the human mind for millennia, don't belong only to the realm of faith or poetry. Today, even the most rigorous science is beginning to recognize the existence of invisible bonds, of deep connections that defy all common logic. To understand them, we must enter the very heart of the universe, into its most intimate and mysterious level, the quantum realm, where particles are not things, but possibilities. Imagine being on the shore of a lake at sunset. The sky is tinted with amber and indigo, while the water lies still like glass. You lift a small stone and let it fall. Concentric circles form on the surface and expand until they touch the distant shore. Then you take another stone and throw it meters away. Waves form there too. And at some point, the two sets of waves intersect, overlap, influence each other. It seems like a game of water. But what if this simple act hides a much deeper truth? Quantum physics tells us that yes, a connection truly exists. A bond that unites two entities regardless of distance, time, or space. A phenomenon known as entanglement, or quantum entanglement. It is one of the most counterintuitive and mysterious aspects of nature. A phenomenon that even Einstein uneasily described as spooky action at a distance. In the macroscopic world, things have a place, a shape, a stable existence. But in the microcosm of particles, that stability disappears. A particle doesn't have a defined position until it is observed. It's a wave of probability. It exists in a suspended state, between being and not being. This is quantum superposition. A reality that is many realities at the same time. And when two particles meet, they can become entangled so deeply that, from that moment on, they can no longer be described separately. Even if separated by light years, a change in one is instantly perceived in the other. There is no transmission. There is no distance. It's as if distance itself did not exist. In the 1960s, physicist John Bell formulated a theorem that tested this strangeness. His, Bell's inequalities, became the basis for verifying whether local theories, those in which no information can travel faster than light, were sufficient to explain particle behavior. The answer was shocking. No experiments showed that quantum reality violates Bell's inequalities. In 1981, Alain Aspect and his team were able to demonstrate this experimentally. Since then, confirmations have come from laboratories around the world. Even in 2022, when Aspect, Clauser, and Zeilinger were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for their studies on entanglement. Today, the phenomenon is no longer just theory. It is the basis of new technologies, quantum communications, unbreakable encryption, quantum computers. Some experimental satellites, like the Chinese MISSIS, have demonstrated entanglement between photons separated by more than 1,200 kilometers. And research continues. Scientists have managed to entangle atoms, electrons, even complex molecules like buckyballs, structures formed from 60 carbon atoms. But the real mystery is not technical. It is philosophical. What does this connection really mean? It means that what we separate in thought, nature keeps united. That reality is not made of isolated objects, but of relationships. That space and time, as we know them, may not be fundamental, but emerge from a deeper level of being. This intuition echoes in many currents of contemporary thought. Some physicists hypothesize that the universe is nothing more than a network of quantum information, a cosmic hologram in which every point contains the whole. The idea recalls great spiritual traditions of the past. In Indian Vedanta, there is talk of Brahman, the single reality that manifests as multiplicity. In Mahayana Buddhism, every phenomenon is empty, of independent existence. In Sufism, the hidden unity is reflected in apparent multiplicity. Even Christian mysticism speaks of a single body, composed of many members, but united in spirit. When modern physics meets these millennia-old insights, it's not about religion. It's about resonance. About convergence of visions. The concept of entanglement forces us to rethink the meaning of consciousness, matter, time, and separation. Perhaps every emotion, every thought, every bond is a manifestation of this fundamental connection. Perhaps when we think intensely of someone and that person writes to us, or when we sense something happening to a distant loved one, it is not coincidence. Perhaps it is the web that vibrates. The quantum field that responds. The entanglement that manifests even in our inner world. Some scholars, like physicist Amit Goswami, argue that consciousness is the true foundation of the universe, not a byproduct of the brain. In this view, every conscious act is a collapse of the wave function, a moment of creation. The universe becomes a dynamic process of consciousness in action, and every one of our choices becomes a thread in the fabric of the real. If this is so, then every relationship we have is sacred. Every encounter is a weaving. Every word an energetic exchange. Every embrace a luminous knot in the web of being. Quantum physics, in its dry and rigorous language, seems to whisper what sages have always said: you are not separate. You are part. You are a node. A wave. An echo of consciousness. And so, the question changes. Not, what are you, but, to what are you connected? What invisible threads bind you to the world, to the people you love, to those you've lost, to those you haven't yet met? Every gesture, every intention, every emotion leaves a mark. Not in space. In the living fabric of the cosmos. You are not an island. You are relationship. You are dance. You are embodied entanglement. The universe is not a machine. It is a living being. A symphony of vibrations chasing one another into infinity. And you are an indispensable note.